Hare Krishna. So after I shared about the earlier audio about Varna Ashram, so I got this question about brahmachari life. So for myself personally, as I got into Krishna consciousness and during my university years, after understanding Atma Tattva, purpose of life, and also the option available, like for one having, not that we chose, but currently in this life, for one having a male body, one has the advantage of pursuing full time spiritual engagement, spiritual life, right? Dedicating one's life to the mission of perfecting the human form of life. So I was kind of interested with it. The same time, I saw so many youths, especially people are going astray, people without knowledge, bereft of knowledge. There were many engineers in this world, but where are the spiritual engineers to actually teach about who we are, what we are? Nobody seems to have the time, nobody seems to have the knowledge, nobody seems to have the will. So therefore, I thought and I felt like, if this is something that I'm kind of interested and was very keen in. In my earlier years as a younger teen, when I used to travel with my father and my brother to India and visit our, native temples and this and that, I was very much attracted to the lifestyle of people living very purely, very dedicated, very simple, very nice, more purposeful than the so-called rat race of society. And therefore, this brahmachari ashram that we have in ISKCON, especially, I found is a very wonderful means, a chance to actually explore this. So, the brahmachari ashram gives us the wealth of time, which we can share with people, give people time. There's two commodities in this world, time and money. Both are kind of wealths. But time is more than money, right? We can give our time to people. So the question then comes, how do you convince your parents? So even Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when he took sannyas, his mother was not very pleased. She cried. So this will always be a nature that parents will always feel very hurt, sad, panic if the child wants to leave home, especially become a monk or join the monastery. But it's like for a higher purpose. If you think about it, who wants their children to enter into the defense force or the military force to go and work in some foreign land or country and fight? But then still they are soldiers, they are the commandos, and they are defense people. So just like military people are protecting the country's boundaries, so similarly we can see like the brahmacharis or the monks, they are like protecting the walls of dharma, the principles of religion. So somebody has to do it. And it's glorious. It's not what every mother would want in their family, but nevertheless, it is glorious. So it was not easy in my initial university years, although I had a lot of desire and inclination. I kind of told my mother that, no, 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 Grahastha Ashram is always better for Krishna consciousness, kind of like trying to throw her off the loop. Right. And then after some years, she was pushing me for some talking about marriage and this, and I told her I'm not so interested. So that's one thing, like brahmacharya, again, it's a psychophysical nature thing. If a person can live life taking care of oneself, no need, not live a simplistic life, not be too much bothered about grandeur, then one can be a brahmachari. So then finally, when I actually wanted to move into the temple and all, I told her that I'll do this on 1 year, let me try it out. So ultimately, parents' biggest concern is that, uh, your safety, your well-being, who's going to take care of you. But society and systems, they take care of all that. That's not an issue. Father was never happy. I would say is never happy because of prestige, name. Monk is like a beggar. But then again, all professionals, whether you are a master holder or PhD holder, everyone is just a professional beggar, begging for performance index, KPIs, getting promotions and getting perks and titles and designation. Everyone is a professional beggar, or what is seen as a traditional beggar. Everyone is a beggar ultimately. So we have to beg, then why not beg from that Supreme Lord, the Supreme Master, instead of begging from some foolish, people of this world? So continue. One should, somehow or other try to get the blessings of parents and just continue. Is it hard? A question comes. Well, nothing is easy in this world. But if something is a little suited to your psychophysical nature, then it'll become less troublesome, I would say. Grahastha ashram or brahmacharya ashram. Ashram. Shram means there is a difficulty in it. right? Without difficulty, there is no progress. So one should be positive about it. But as long as it's a little inclined to your psychophysical nature, then you can move on very nicely. Any tips? So for brahmachari and even for devotees in general, actually, Prabhupada once told, my brahmachari is brahmachari, my grahasthas are brahmachari, my vanaprashthas are brahmachari, and my sannyasis are brahmachari. In fact, all ISKCON devotees live about the same life. Why? Because everyone, follows the four regulative principles. So in that sense, everyone is like following the principles of brahmacharya only. So, any tips? Yes, this is true for all devotees. Keep busy. Keeping busy is very good, right? Like they say, an idle mind is a devil's workshop. So, keep busy, engaged, keep productive. Have a very, especially for brahmacharis, have a very strong connection with Shastra. Because Shastra, the word of God, Veda Mata, is actually that which nourishes us. There's a saying, behind every great man, there's a woman. So true, even for brahmacharis, behind every great man, there's some female. Who's that female personality? You can say Radharani, you can say Vedas, Veda Mata, right? The mother, because the mother points to the father, and Vedas always point to the supreme personality of Godhead. So in that sense, keep a very strong connection, keep good sadhana. So again, these are all same principles for a householder as well. But just brahmachari ashram and the lifestyle itself is a little more conducive to go in this line. And then some people retort, what about the whole world if everyone becomes brahmachari? Don't worry, no one will be like that. Do you see the whole world, everyone becoming engineers? Do you see everyone becoming doctors? No, there's always flavors. Nothing wrong. When I travel, sometimes I meet people of other religion, and some people of the other religion, they are inclined towards marriage life and physical relationships and having a lot of children. So for them, they feel like renounced order or abstinence, right, is like a taboo. But our understanding in Sanatan Dharma is that actually these things are very worldly. Lifetimes after lifetimes, after different species, these things are all done. There is nothing new in this, right? We have had kids millions of times before in different bodies, in different ways. There's nothing new about it. What is new? Getting bhakti, developing bhakti. So that's the difference between pravritti marg and nivritti marg, which I discussed in another audio before. So I guess these are my reasons, by somehow or other, karma or Krishna's mercy or whatever, we have got a male body. Male body gives you an option for living a celibate life, living a abstaining life. So we can pursue that. Hare Krishna.